Good morning, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Suleman Shahid, and I work as an assistant professor in computer science at Lahore University of Management Sciences. I'm also the director for the LUMS Learning Institute. I'm also the director for LUMS Usability Lab, as well as Facebook Innovation Lab. I'm the founder for UX Pakistan, and we've been doing this conference from last 4 years. So we started in 17, and this is our 4th year. I welcome you to UX Pakistan. I welcome you to UX Pakistan 2020. And good morning. The weather was beautiful. I had a screenshot early in the morning. And if we were meeting today on campus in the old normal somewhere here, we would have seen each other here. This is our main LUMS SSC building, and this is our SDSP building. So normally you would arrive here for the workshops and you would spend your 2 days here for the conference. It's a beautiful campus, amazing campus, but we're missing it today because we have decided to move online and meet online in the new normal. So instead of saying no, instead of saying not appreciating disruption, we decided that we should actually appreciate it. We should take it as an opportunity and move forward. So I also welcome you all in this new normal, in this online face-to-face virtual UX Pakistan. Before I go, I'd like to spend a couple of minutes purely on the design at LUMS framework. At LUMS, the main design activities are conducted under Lahore University of Management Sciences Computer Science Department. We also have a research lab with the name Chisel, Computer Human Interaction and Social Experience Lab. And we also have a wonderful Design and Innovation Society Index. So this whole conference is managed by the student body, under Index, Innovation and Design Society. At Design at LUMS, we are engaged in 3 kind of major activities. Of the first and the most important, of course, is that we are engaged in academic training at LUMS. Both the science and the practice part. We are also engaged in outreach and capacity building, which is outside LUMS. And we also arrange a lot of academic and professional events to support the community. And UX Pakistan is just one example out of many events. In terms of research, we conduct research in 4 main areas under HCI/UX design. The first one is, of course, the user experience design, how industry and academia can work together. The second one is HCI for well-being. A lot of our focus actually is on well-being, on mental health, and the focus of my lab on disabilities, on people with special needs, elderly with special needs, autism, dyslexia, and designing for those. And third focus is on HCI for development, that how can you design solutions and for the bottom billion, the people with a low socioeconomic background. And we do a lot of work also on HCI and education. And we're also engaged in HCI and data, open data. In terms of our facilities, we have a formal usability lab at LUMS. We have senses and sensing technologies at LUMS. We have Facebook Innovation at LUMS, and we have full stack VR lab at LUMS. So this is a Facebook usability lab, which you can normally find when you are at LUMS. This is also another view of the lab, which you can find, which you can see. This is our Facebook Innovation Lab. This is a VR, AR lab funded by Facebook, and also have a focus on startups, entrepreneurship, and community building at LUMS. I'm also the director for this lab. It's a beautiful lab. I'm not sure Maheen is already online, but she'll be giving a talk from Facebook, and she was here for the lab also when we launched it. Other than that, we do a lot of exciting meetups. So one meetup, for example, we stopped it for a while now, but we'll resume very soon. Is a Design Baithak-meetup. We have a physical meetup, and as well as we have a Design Baithak podcast, which is online. Other than that, we started UX Camp series. We have done a couple of camps on this under this series, the first of its kind in Koita, and then a couple of other, and we're planning more in the coming months. And now, because of this pandemic, you will see at least 3 new camps in the coming months online happening in Multan, Islamabad, and hopefully in Sakar. So again, and the last and the most important thing among all these things is UX Pakistan, where all our small community events are connected, and we come as a big community, and we celebrate design at LUMS with a larger community. And I'm looking at your chat, and good morning, good morning. We're also very excited. Thank you very much for joining us. Please keep on joining and share with your friends and ask them to come. It's a great event, first of its kind in Pakistan, a serious design event in Pakistan, online. So I'm going to talk about 3 very important things here, what, why, and how about the conference, which are very important. The first one is our journey. We started UX Pakistan in 17, and this was our first logo. In 19, we decided to have a big overhaul. And if you look at the proceedings of the 19 conference, you will see that we had a stellar lineup, and I'll talk about it briefly also. In 2020, we requested the amazing design and branding agency in Pakistan, Designers, to help us in branding for UX Pakistan, and they also proposed some change in the logo. And I'm pretty confident this is the last change in the logo, and the next few years you'll not see any change in the logo. But this is the final version of the logo we have for 2020, which you can see at the bottom. And I must say that we're really appreciating the great branding work we've been doing this year. It's pretty consistent. It's pretty meaningful. It has a functional element. It has a static value, and it's a very interesting combination of both. 18, when we started, we had 170, in the second year of our conference, we had 175 participants, and we have about 225 plus participants, including workshops. In total, we have 300 plus registrations, which is not a bad number for a young conference. In 19, however, we went to 375 participants, and we had to stop our registrations because there was a space issue. We can only cater about 400 participants to gather in the big conference hall we had. Including workshops, we had 450 participants. We had 700 plus registrations. We had lots of refusals in the sense that we were unable to allow participants to come to the conference. And we have 300 participants for the Google Developer Summit. So it was pretty interesting. We had 18 speakers, and there were more requests than slots. A lot of people really wanted to talk, and we could not actually accommodate all of our speakers. We had 7 workshops, and then many wanted to attend more than 1 workshops. And we were completely sold out. I'm going to share some of the glimpses. So this is, you can see from last year, one of our key workshops. It was a lot of fun.
So you have to keep doing it like this. Now, once it starts.
And then some other glimpses. We had this human-centered design workshop from Google. So that's the Google team. So you might have a little slight slag in the video, and you can imagine the reason for that. But that's a workshop by Hassan Adib.
We need to get our brain juices flowing again. We need to warm up. So does everybody have a post-it pad?
Hassan has a very specific style and no compromise on the quality. And we're going to have fun also tomorrow with Hassan and his very interesting digital workshop. And it was like 1 by 0, unlimited fun we had. And hopefully we'll also have fun today. So why, and that's another important thing. We really think that if Pakistan have to, play a decent role in today's modern knowledge economy, design has to take place. Design has to find its own position in different organizations, because good design is, of course, mean business, and design can play a fundamental role in the growth of any company. And you will see many interesting talks today from Sabah, from Google, Ali Murtaza from Xavier, talking about these things, that how good design mean growth in the business. Second thing, we think design movement is important because design movement can have a good social impact. It can change the way we think, it can change the way we behave, it can improve our services, it can improve the overall complete service architecture of the government, and we can really, start becoming a more mature and, a citizen-centered society. So design can play a role there. And thirdly, I think that we need a design movement because we need an academia to produce good human resource, skilled human resource. We need to produce UX designers. In today's world, right now in Pakistan, if you want to find decent UX designers, it's still a very difficult job. I run a company, I work in academia, I try to produce, students who are able to work, in design world. And we have this discussion all the time. And one of the things we always complain about, there are not enough talented people out there. And the problem is that we can't produce all this talent only by teaching them in the classroom environment, but we also have to find different opportunities and environments and spaces, both offline and online, where they can grow themselves, where they can help them to learn more things. And that's why a conference like UX Pakistan, other conferences, master classes, workshops, give an opportunity to talk to the experts, and discuss the problems and the challenges, and then become a better designer so that you're a better fit. We are a better fit for the industry and for the modern needs. So I think that's a very important thing. So these are the three things which we think are fundamental in design movement, which we want to do in Pakistan. And we really tried our best to do that. The first and the most important thing to contribute to this design movement is that UX Pakistan would be not for profit. So if you the money is not the barrier, so the high quality talks, high quality workshops, you just can't really say that because I can't afford it, that's why I'm unable to come. Last year, we gave 50 scholarships to everybody who was unable to, participate in the conference. It was free for them. We gave them travel grants. So people who were unable to come from different cities, we gave them travel grants so that they can come and attend the conference. So when we think about design movement, we do take a sort of a bit of an activist approach, which means that we want to bring normality and equality and equity on the table so that people can participate, and money is not the main barrier. If you're enthusiastic, if you're interested, if you tell that you want to do it, and if there's a way to accommodate you, we'll never say no in any of our events. And third, another important thing, is that we need to look at that how design is playing a role in a larger organization. There's a very interesting framework, as you can find the reference there. And then in today's scenario, design is as an external resource is being seen. Design doesn't really play a fundamental role. The first step is that move this circle somewhere here. So design becomes a part of an organization. So an organization starts appreciating the design. They think the design is important. So at least they have the first UX designer in their company. And they say, good, that was a good decision. That, for me, that was the first and the most important thing when I started UX Pakistan in 2017. Let's start talking to companies and help them understand that you need at least one designer. Don't hire 10, don't hire 20, don't hire 50, hire one. And then see how that person can contribute to the overall design process. Thirdly, and the third stage is design as a core of the organization. There are more people, more designers, their design team, which is actually contributing to the whole organization. And now we are seeing that most of the organizations are, at this stage. Some of them are going at this stage. Of course, the last one, where the design becomes an integral part of the organization, no one is there in Pakistan. And there are not many organizations in the world which are at this stage. But that's the goal. I think in the case of Pakistan, if we are here, or even if we are here, I think we have done a great job in the next few years. Design become a part of an organization, and also design become a part of the government. This is our job. So when we come online with a UX, with our future of design panel, you will hear these things, that how do we want to look at these issues, that how design can also become a part of the government. So that's our goal. And so this gulf, move from here, from this point to this point, so this gulf has to be reviewed. And as the Norman said, there's this big gulf, and then we need to reduce that gulf. And second reason, I just love doing it. It's so much fun. We meet new people, we interact, and we try to excite new people. We try to help them change their religion, in a sense that a computer scientist will become a UX designer. And I think this activity of changing your faith from one discipline to another one, I think is a lovely thing to do. So in the past, 2019 was not an ordinary event for us. We had double efforts because of a very interesting reason, and we thought nothing can go worse than that. And that was that there was a Pakistan and India was in war. Essentially, there was a plane down 2 days before the conference, a few days before the conference, and we had to change everything. 4 speakers cancelled, 3 workshops cancelled. We had to do the double printing, double expenses, and one major sponsor, a bank, backed out very unprofessionally. But we still did it. We still did it because we just love doing it. And if you look at now, to 2020, we thought 2019 was the worst one. Nothing can go wrong. Nothing can go worse than that. And 2020, we all know we're talking about an absolute new normal. We are talking about something which the world has not seen maybe for more than 100 years. And we still decided to do it. And we tried to convert the conference to an unconference. We thought that let's take this disruption as an opportunity. We decided to face the unknown with the hope. We decided to face the unknown with courage. And of course, with confidence, something the Qaeda-Azam, Muhammad Ali Jinnah also said. And so idea was that if you see a black swan, which will become a normal once you have seen a black swan event, you don't really have to mourn about it. You don't really have to be shocked about it. As a community, the way we react to an event define us. So we thought, let's improvise, let's adopt, and let's overcome, and let's go for it. So there might be mistakes today, there might be hiccups, there might be bumps, but our intention is not to produce a perfect event. Our intention is to go for it and then learn from it, and then also publish guidelines and help the community to learn from our mistakes, and then do a much better job next time. Unfortunately, we will be in the new normal post-COVID. Things would change, and our fears about online education, online learning, and our exposure to this online world in a systematic way, this will change the way we'll interact. These things would become normal. These unconferences would be very normal in the coming days, because we will also learn that with every disruption, with every problem comes an opportunity. And these online events help us to produce conferences, events with no barriers, and these conferences also great opportunities. I think this is something we'll really appreciate in the coming days. So that's why if you love it, just do it. And that's why we welcome you to this conference. Thank you very much to all of you for coming, to participants, to speakers. We're really excited to have you. And the last part is actually about the conference, so that we give you an idea how it is being done. Past, present, and the future is the theme of this year's UX conference. And the physical event, we really wanted to have 3 separate sessions where in one session, the first session, we want to talk about the past of design in Pakistan. And you will please join us for a panel, past meets present. We'll talk about that how the craft and the art side of this, of design has converted into a more meaningful and functional part of design in today's Pakistan. Then we want to talk about present, and then of course future. And our rock stars, really are rock stars. Some people who are also online, I can see them here as attendees, who really said yes. I told them, look, we want to improvise, we want to adopt, we want to go online. Could you please help us? And you know what? There were 67 people who said yes. Of course, we can't have 67 speakers, but there were 67 people who came up and said, look, we are there, we want to serve the community. And this is such a solid design community we have now in Pakistan. When we started in 17, it was difficult to find 10 people to talk on the stage. Really, it was very difficult. 10 Pakistanis. You can ask people from Hassan, Imran Hussain, who will talk about these things. And now in 2020, we're talking about so many people who are willing. So I'll start introducing. We have Hira Zubairi as one of the speakers from Playground, Habib University, a wonderful speaker, a wonderful researcher. I think one of the very few people who actually understands speculative design, and she'll be giving a talk on future theme, as well as giving a workshop today on speculative play. Hassan Habib, our very own Hassan Habib, who has been the main source for the main inspiration also for this conference. He supported us a lot in UX Pakistan this year. Thank you, Hassan. I know you're online, and we'll have you today for the panel, for the workshop, as well as for the talk. Imran Hussain, who'll be he's also co-founder and CEO of Cordoba, somebody who's very, very active in the design space from the last 20 years, and he'll be talking about all the musings and anecdotes from the past and the musings of the future. Sabah, from Google. So we always wanted to have Sabah in the physical conference here at LUMS. We tried, didn't work out, but we're very excited to have Sabah today in this virtual meetup. Ali Murtaza, Ali is always a part of our UX Pakistan conference panel. Ali is a design lead at Xavier, where he's leading a wonderful team, and we're very excited that he'll be giving a wonderful workshop as well as a very interesting talk on the design and business. His talk is lovely. By the way, I've seen all the slides, and believe me, whatever the quality is amazing, and you will love all these talks. Maheen, a product design lead, Facebook AI VR, a wonderful speaker, a very enthusiastic designer who loves to contribute to the community. Almost always say yes to always everything we ask her to do for us. Thank you, Maheen, to come again, to be on board. Myself, I introduced myself. We also have Tazeen Hussain, great designer, associate professor, head of communication design in Indus Valley, producing wonderful designers for the whole Pakistan and also for abroad. Faisal Anwar, we really wanted to have him chief design experience officer and new media artist at Decode Pixel, and we graduate of NCA who've seen the design in the past 20 years, in Pakistan, and we'll also be sharing his story on the art and future of design in intersection with technology. Javeria, a very exciting researcher, designer, working with UNDP, and she'll be talking about back to the future in the future track, in the present track, meeting the future. Amir Mirza, a senior and an amazing designer, assistant professor at IVS, and he'll be part of the panel today. Summer, exciting emerging designer from Ideate. She, together with Vajiha, is going to give a very exciting talk under the framework of ICT4D, or human-computer interaction for development, or UX for development, the bottom billion users. Mudassir Azimi, thank you, Mudassir. Thank you for coming online. I know you're there. I know your support has been amazing. You're going to give a great talk, I'm sure. You're going to give a great workshop also. But other than that, your contributions for the UX Pakistan this year are really, we really welcome that. We had a lovely interaction with you. Really appreciate it. Wajiha, as I mentioned, thank you very much for giving a talk with Summer from Ideate. Arslan, thank you very much for your amazing workshop. I'm sure which will go great, and also your today's talk, and also for your tremendous support during this. You came very late on board, but your support was amazing. Thank you, Avas, also for running a great panel for us today on UXDP. Avas is a product design manager and community manager also at UXDP, and we'll be doing a very interesting panel tomorrow where I'll be hosting it. I'll be starting it. But Avas will be moderating it completely with 6 other fellow designers from Bay Area, most of them, and they'll be talking about their portfolios from vintage to vogue, and how the journey of their portfolios from some embarrassing work to some solid rockstar work which they're doing right now. Aksa, she's a young graduate from SADA who is the finalist for the Lexus Design Award. She was in the news, and way before this conference came virtual, we asked her that we want you to come online, to come to a UX Pakistan conference and give a talk and excite people also that your journey about design. She accepted also not only for the offline part, but also for the online part. And Sana, a service designer and researcher from Designace, and I'm really looking forward to her talk. The topic is, the title of the topic talk is really exciting, so just do explore that. We have partners, of course, LUMS and Index, the student body Design Innovation Society at LUMS. This conference was not possible without Index, full stop. Thank you very much, team Index. I know you're online, some of you. Thank you very much. I can't ask for more. You have done a fabulous job. This conference would be a success. Whatever come out of it, you have done your best. And I must say this online, live, and I must thank you for this. This was also in collaboration with the Design Foundation, which is taking shape, and we will hear more about it from Imran Hussain and Hassan Habib in our final panel. Cordoba, human-centered design and market research company. I'm also part of it as an advisor, and we're working on some fun stuff. Designist, the human-centered design company from Karachi, run by Hassan Habib, doing some great work in all sectors, including the fintech and the banking. And I see Lahore is a partner for the support every year. Collabs is an amazing partner. They were a great partner last year. They hosted the pre-party, post-party. They supported us. They also want to do a lot of things this year, but because we're going online, but they'll be a continuous partner in the coming years also. Chisel, my lab, and finally Risk as a partner. Everything we're getting this year in terms of donations, this will be routed to the needy via Risk, and everything we receive we'll share with Risk. We're not getting any money out of it. All our overhead cost is being covered by LUMS or from our other grants. We're not taking anything from UX Pakistan, from your money. So every penny you have donated is being directly routed without any cut, without any overhead to Risk. So schedule very quickly. That's a complete map of our conference. Thank you, Zair. Lovely to see you here, and thank you for the claps. Really, people like you really, bring excitement when serious people like you appreciate these things. Really, thank you very much. And UX Pakistan, that's the thing. So this is right now me here. Please stay for Imran's talk. He's going to bring his British humor, and also the talk of the title is Anecdotes from the Past and the Musings of the Future. And then we have Sabah, again, amazing talk by Sabah. And then we have Mudassir. He's going to talk about design system, a very important topic which many of us miss, because you can't have a great enterprise product without design system. Then, of course, Maheen, designing for the future, one of my favorite topics, because I've spent about a decade on social presence and virtual systems and online systems. And Maheen's work is amazing at Facebook because she has pushed it in the VR world, something which I've not explored. Then we'll have a break. You can have lunch. We'll not offer you lunch, but we'll send our best wishes and hugs for your lunch, because I think most of you will be having lunch at home with whatever your mom and wife cooks, and hopefully you cook also. You should, and then we have a very interesting panel, and you can see we intelligently have framed it where we have 4 young emerging designers talking about their design journeys. Aksa, a recent graduate, Sana, a recent graduate, and Summer and Wajiha, recent graduates. So we really have this, female track, the young designers talking about design and taking a lead on design world in Pakistan. And human-centered design, it's not a visual design purely. It's not graphic design. It's really the look at the topics, it brings smile and excitement on my face. Look at the titles, they're talking about neoliberalism, they're talking about inclusion, they're talking about solving wicked problems, amazing, And then we have a workshop, speculative play. We have workshop by Hira Zubairi. Then we have by Ali Murtaza on an introduction on visualizing ideas. If you have been selected, this is amazing, because I have not been selected for Ali's workshop because we didn't have enough capacity. So I was out. I hope that I can spend maybe an hour in speculative play if I'm allowed, but let's see. I'm not sure. It depends on Hira. And I really mean it. We're not allowed. If we're not allowed, we don't go in. Last year, many of our speakers were not allowed to attend one of the conferences because the facilitator said that this is not for them, and then we respect that. So working as a product designer by Arsalan would be a great talk, I assure you. So all those young designers out there, please tell your friends. You will learn a lot from Arsalan. Then we have a talk on business of design by Ali Murtaza, going to be an amazing talk. And then again, I've talked very close to my heart, bridging art, design, technology. What else do you want? By Faisal Anwar, who has done some amazing installations and exhibitions, other than some great work on design technology. Then we have a final panel, Past Meets Present, by Amir Mirza, by Aksa, by Faisal, Hassan. And so we have 2 panelists who are young designers. We have 2 panelists who have seen the past and have contributed to that, and moderated by Hassan. and I'll be there. Then day 2 would begin with 3 workshops. If you have been selected, I'm sure you will love it. Unpacking UX by Mudassir, design documentation by Arsalan. I think not many people have talked about design documentation in the past in Pakistan, I must say. So this is an amazing topic, and we'll also be recording everything. We'll share everything with you also, and some of these things will also be live. And then also a workshop by Hassan and Sana on this digital journey mapping. Then we'll have 4 talks, imagining transdisciplinary futures by Hira, Back to the Future by Javeria Masood, a great topic. And then, a very good talk. I've seen the slides also by Hassan on designers in the new age. Would be fun. And then I'll be talking about community building. It's not a formal talk. I will just say that why it is so fundamental and so important that we need to come together as a community and start designing through community building. It's just a teaser, as they have a teaser for the Queen. That Queen will talk about these topics before even she talks about those things. So this is the teaser from my side, what I'll talk about tomorrow. And then, we have a final panel, Future of the Design in Pakistan and the Role of Design Foundation. That'll be moderated by Ali Murtaza, and we'll have people like Tazeen Hussain, Javeria, and Hira Zubairi, and Hassan will be contributing, Imran Hussain will be contributing to these discussions. Then this is not a direct part of UX Pakistan, but if you want, you're very welcome, because we have COVID-19 hackathon. We're doing a one month long hackathon with NIC and many other companies and many other labs, where you'll make a product or idea or concept, and the winners can win 100,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees. And the top 3 startups would be fast tracked to the cohort at National Incubation Center. So if you have a great idea, you're qualified, we will be fast tracked in the next cohort of National Incubation Center, which is really great. Other than that, you will also win some prize money. So if you are interested in that, we'll have more discussions on that tomorrow, but that's not directly the part of UX Pakistan. But also we will have panelists talking about the role of design, technology, and entrepreneurship in finding pandemics and large-scale disruptions. Then, this is where the conference would close, but then we also have a social party around the UXDP, because again, the whole purpose of UX Pakistan is not to create its own space, but also enable more spaces which are already out there. So when we go online, what is the best place to sort of connect with the community? And I think the best place is, of course, is UXDP, where already a lot of community work is happening. So that's why we requested Avas that if he can host this amazing panel. This is the old information, because the panel has changed. You can find more details online, but this is what we wanted to have. So please enjoy. Thank you very much for coming. And after this, we will certainly move to our first speaker, who is Imran Hussain, and who will be talking about his talk, and we'll promote him as a host, and he'll be giving the talk. If you have any question, I'm happy to give quick answer. If not, we'll start formally with the presentation. So the host team, index team, please take over and move to the next speaker. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much for all the excitements. We'll be saving this chat, and we'll be also publishing these chats and your appreciation online. That's very important.